Hey everybody, welcome back to X-Plane 11. I am Bill, and today I'm back in the beautiful Coronado Beechcraft Bonanza. Haven't flown this in a while. I wanted to fly something a little bit easier than the Piper. That thing's a little bit harder to fly, mainly because it's so good. But there's some stuff that this plane has that the Piper does not have. So I just wanted to make it a little tiny bit easier. Today I'm going to do the PilotEdge CAT-01 VFR rating. If you're watching this on YouTube, by the way, check out the link below. That's the link to my Twitch page. I stream there regularly, so if you are interested in watching me fly live, and getting involved in the flight a little bit, feel free to click that link. Follow me on Twitch. I stream regularly, so it's pretty fun if you're into watching live. So definitely check that link out. So PilotEdge, we're going to do the CAT-01. So this is the most simple flight rating that we can do. It's untowered to untowered. So it's Oceana to New Koyama. Pretty sure I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. So if we go over to, just get PilotEdge up here. So this is the PilotEdge website, and this is the CAT-01 flight. So it's non-towered to non-towered, and we are basically only going to be using CTAF frequencies to talk to local traffic. Here's the flight. So it's pretty short flight, and it gives you pretty much everything you need to know in order to complete this flight. Very thorough. The writing is actually pretty good. It's not too stale. There's some lightheartedness in there, but it is very thorough in what you need to say, what you need to do. So here they literally give you a transcript of what to say. So you could pretty much just replace, whatever your plane and N number are, and do this entire flight based on this transcript. I'm probably not going to read this exactly. I'm going to try to do it a little bit more, not really off the cuff, but at least use this as a light framework. Reporting this rating is a little bit different because you're not actually talking to air traffic control, so you do have to file a VFR flight plan, and then you go to this PilotEdge Aware website. Make sure that it shows that I have arrived at the arrival airport, and then you go to the claim form and you'll get credit for the flight. So it seems to be pretty easy. I have not done this yet, so I am doing this for the first time. But here is the flight. So Oceano County Airport, which is Lima 52, right on the water here. Very pretty runway. Looks like the winds are easterly, so we're probably going to take off on. Ooh, actually, I don't know. I'll have to check that. I think we probably should be departing runway 11, but I'll confirm that once we get back into the simulator. And then we're just going to be flying east. So what I'm going to attempt to do at first is probably fly this 250 from radial on this Fellows VOR here, and fly that east, and then turn on to the airport here, the runway here. Probably going to still have it in GPS just so I have distances, and I can always switch to GPS if it looks like the VOR if my navigation sucks. So our speed is going to be a little bit faster than that. We'll probably be at like 120, so 20-minute flight. It's not going to be too bad. I'm going to fly at flight level 060, and that'll keep us well above any of these mountain ranges here. Probably plenty high, probably too high, but I'll start descending when I'm over the mountain range so I can do a little flyover over the field, check the winds, and yeah, unless someone's on the radio telling there might be a chance that we can find out what runway is good, because if we can come straight in, that would be kind of easy. So here is where you request the credit. This is the PilotEdge Aware tracking. So this will actually track the flight here, so I'll be able to see if it did register. And this is where you can file a flight plan through their website, which you can also do from the sim, which we'll do that as well from the plugin. So and yeah, and that's true. Your mom, you can kind of sky vector, you can move that magenta line around, but okay. So I have not flown this plane in a while. I used to fly this almost exclusively. I freaking love this plane, so I have to kind of remember how to do this. So battery on, let's put on the master avionics. So I kind of preset up some stuff. So I've got the VOR for San Bernardino or Santa Barbara.
San Luis Co RGNL
or San Luis
information
Obispo.
golf.
So I got the altimeter setting, so it's 2995, and so that should be good. Okay, ATIS, we got that. En route charge, did that. Approach plates, we don't need any of that. Flight plan. Okay, so let's file that flight plan. And so we're at Lima 52, and our destination is Lima 88. Route, we don't need any route information. Altitude, let's do 6,000. Don't need that. Alternate is going to be just to the south, Santa Maria, and that's Kilo Sierra Mike X-ray. Yep, X-ray. Don't really need. Maybe we'll just do like CAT-01 rating. En route hours are 0. En route minutes, let's just round up to 30. Fuel hours, I think I have that at 3. And let's just do 3. So file VFR. Okay, that should be it. So yeah, that's true. We are flying. Your mom made a good point. We are flying, so it should be an odd number, so 5,500 feet, 5,500 is probably fine. So we'll, and in fact, just so I don't forget that, I'm going to go change this to 5,500. Get that off, okay. Okay. Seats, position, yeah, all that stuff. Landing gear handle is down. Cowl flaps open. Yeah, I think those are open. Very good. Avionics circuit breakers check. Flashlights, sure. Circuit breaker, fuel selector valve. We need that to be the fullest tank, which they're both the same. So we're just going to leave that on the left. Let's see. Let's actually change that. I don't know if this is a duplicate. I have not filed a flight plan on here, so let's just throw that in there just to be safe. Okay, so fuel is good. Alternator, let's do, yeah, so we got battery on, alternator on, and avionics master off, rotating beacon. Where's my beacon? There, that is on. And landing gear, we got 3 green, that looks good. Bus voltage should be 24, I think, 24. That'll pop up. Fuel quantity, yep, fuel's good. Okay, so propeller, high RPM, mixture, full rich. So the one thing that that I don't like about this plane is the starter. starter animations are not good, or the audio, it's really kind of weird. Auxiliary fuel pump, and also the fuel flow is not animated as well if when you turn on the auxiliary fuel pump. So that is fine. You can turn that off. Throttle do 1/2 inch. Okay, and you can see what I mean on this. Oh, cool. And we have no audio. That's helpful. Oh, don't tell me that our audio is going to be screwed on this. That is freaking cool. Yep. Definitely not getting any audio. Our two little buddies. What's up, dudes? Yep. How's it going? That was kind of weird. They both looked at the same time. Yeah, there is no audio. Let me check. I don't know if it's just I can't hear it. Yep, nope, not coming through. Yep, grading clickable regions. All right, so let's reload this thing. Might have to restart the sim. Oh, there we go. Just had to do a little aircraft reload, no problem. Okay, and everything should be good. All right. Problem solved. Okay, after start, bus voltage looks good. Alternator load looks good. Oil pressure looks good as well. Lean it a little bit. Okay, mixture, avionics are on. Autopilot. Okay. Everything looks good. So let's get some taxi clearance. Actually, not clearance, we're just going to head over there. Okay, so here's our route, just right over here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get in that VOR, and that is going to be, fellows, VOR is 1175. And let's open up the Aspen here. Oh yeah, I forgot this is the Aspen. We may just go GPS. GPS 1, VLOC 1. Heading. Yeah, screw it. We're just gonna go GPS. So flight plan here, and we're gonna go to Lima 8. Yeah, that looks good. Accept. Let's activate that leg. GPS. Set this to 5,500 feet. Okay, that looks good. Alright, and now we need to make sure that we are on the Oceano CTAV, which is 22.7. Alright, let's now check out the airport. Again, kind of a lay of the land here. So, be using runway, definitely not 11. I mean, it's really light, so we'll go runway 29. We'll take off to the west, and we're just gonna announce when we are crossing runway 11. I mean, I guess we could probably cross just right here, since no one is around. So we're just going to, we're gonna take off to the west and circle back around to the east. And should be pretty much it. Oceano traffic, Beechcraft 4527 Tango, taxiing to runway 29, departure to the east. See any traffic, so I'm going to just hold short here, and let's double and triple check that nobody is coming. Oceano traffic, Beechcraft 4527 Tango, crossing runway midfield. Oceano traffic. Okay, check again, check again. So it is definitely feel a need to check more now that we don't have any ATC services or radar help. We're definitely on our own to see what's happening, and we do have a guy inbound here, which I have not heard him on the radio. Know if that is a real live guy or if that is AI, but he definitely did not say anything. A couple bouncing it in there. It might have been a real dude. Skip the run up. Parking brake is really goofy on this thing. Let's see, what's this guy doing? Kind of coming our way here. Oh, you know what? Did not. Oh, we're okay here. We got all that. All that is on. Okay. Just make sure we're full mixture. And taxi. Make sure I am not leaving anything out on the checklist. Let's get one notch of flaps down. Okay, yeah, I think we are good to go here. Make sure that guy is not doing anything weird. Looks like he is magically out of here. Maybe that was AI, which is why we have not heard anything. Oceano traffic, Beechcraft 4527 Tango, departing runway 29, flying to the east, flight level 5500, Oceano traffic. One final check, make sure no one's coming. Looks good, okay. Let's do it. Tiny little airport, I love it. Ooh, and this plane sounds awesome. Airspeed is alive. 5. And let's rotate. Gear up. Flaps up. See that taxi light off. Alright, let's turn to the Oceano traffic, Beechcraft, November 4527 Tango, making right turn to the east, Oceano traffic. And this is where being in a simulator really hurts, is just the visibility. You know, having to click around. I mean, I don't have a VR setup at the moment. Which, by the way, this in VR is absolutely fantastic. I did not give my altitude. Which I probably should have done, but let's keep climbing here. Do have some clouds, which gonna have to stay away from those guys, so that looks like a small little group, so let's just stay we're pretty low. We can make it over that. Let's just go over these guys. Looks good. You can't go over the clouds. Yeah, I knew that, but yeah, you're right. Let's do it. Let's do it real. Let's go under him. And let's get this dude on here, and let's go to nav and altitude. Get out of the clouds. Get down. Dude, these clouds are stupid. Get out of here. Get freaking out of here. Let's maybe turn this on. And let's go over to that guy. Look, and look at that. And then clouds insta gone. Yeah. That's what I thought. They were not supposed to be there. So we're going to pretend like they weren't there. And everyone's happy. Not very realistic, but that is what you have to deal with when you're in a simulator. No problem. Okay, so we are monitoring 121.5 per the FAA rules and regulations, and climbing nicely right now. We got a healthy climb rate. Let's just check our little cheater map here. Yeah, heading in the right direction. Everything's looking good. We're still in climb. I'm not going to worry too much about mixture, and I mean the prop RPM, I can definitely lower that once we're kind of leveled out. In fact, no. Let's do vertical speed 450, and we'll deal with that number once we get there. Yeah, I'm not going to worry too much about all this stuff. Definitely won't be flying complex aircraft anytime soon. I just really like this plane. The model looks good. I've gone back to the default 172, which I originally thought was fantastic, and it is really good. I mean, for the default aircraft, it's very well done. But these payware planes, if you get a really good one, Coronado planes are excellent. V-Flight Labs are really good. RW Designs are really good. If you get a really nice payware plane, it is so hard to go back to any of the default planes, the exception of the default 737. And yeah, the Zibo modded one, it's fantastic. It's really, really nice. So I'm just going to kind of keep an eye on that. I mean, it's not going to be in any meaningful distance anytime soon. We're still 24 miles away from making a call to the to traffic there. So let's see. Yeah, and I would pull that mixture way back in real life. The EGT on this is kind of funny on this model. It is simulated, but it's like a 1-to-1 ratio. So if let's get this thing lined up here. Okay, so by the way, this looks freaking fantastic, super real. So here's EGT, exhaust gas temperature. Here's my mixture. I'm gonna pull this back and watch the EGT and the fuel flow too. I think actually it might be the fuel flow that's like 1-to-1. Yeah, it is the fuel flow. So if you see that right here, it just is like insta. But let's pull that back, and EGT starts to come up there. And of course, having my head buried in the cockpit like this would be really bad news. Alright, let's keep going up here. So we're leaned out kind of alright, I guess. This is a really fun plane in this simulator. There's tons of room in the back. Capacity's pretty good if you're flying like FS economy. It's got a huge range too, which is kind of cool. I mean, I don't really ever use it in that way, but it's nice to have the option to have a plane that's just got a little bit more range, a little bit faster for those FS economy flights, or if you're just trying to do something a little bit longer, to have the ability to do that if you want. But that Piper is fantastic. It's really, really good. a little bit better than this one, I think. I love Coronado, but I think that V-Sky Labs Piper is so good. Yeah. EGT is kind of hanging in there. It's probably fine right there. So this is actually going pretty quick. We're cruising along pretty good. 150. This plane is fast. Way faster than that Piper is. No traffic. Gonna keep scanning here, make sure. Let's let me check the charts and make sure we're well clear of this range coming up. I don't want to cut it too short. Yeah, we've got less than 1,000 feet. So we'll be cutting it kind of close, but that's fine. I'm just gonna leave it. We'll get a nice view of those mountains. Yeah, the M20R, that Mooney, is very sweet. One of that and the V-tail Bonanza are the two most iconic non-Cessna shapes in aviation. Those are really cool. Your mom, what developer are you flying? Is it the who makes the good Mooney? I think it's Coronado makes that M20. But it makes a difference in this simulator. I feel like obviously and this is kind of true in real life too. The fun parts are, of course, takeoffs and landings. So the more you can cut down the time in between those, the more fun it is. And faster plane definitely makes a huge difference. These kind of flights, I mean, if it's a 20-minute flight, if it's 30 nautical miles and you're up in the air for I mean, if it's between 15 and 30 minutes, it's not going to make much difference. But if you're doing a flight that's a little bit longer, like if you're flying to Las Vegas from Orange County or Phoenix, where it's something a little bit more substantial, a couple 100 miles, going that much faster definitely helps. Okay, Mom. Yeah, I have seen that Mooney model, and it's pretty cool. Have you flown a Mooney in real life? Because that makes a huge difference too with what type of plane you fly. I have not flown in a Bonanza. I've technically, I guess, flown in a Beechcraft before. Flown in a few Pipers and a Cessna, so it helps when you've got some familiarity with the plane, kind of, I guess. In some ways, it actually works in reverse too. If you don't have any experience in the plane, you don't notice things that are different, or if the plane you've flown in has a different avionics package, you can kind of make it a little bit confusing. Yeah, even if you've just flown in them, even like not piloting it, it makes a huge difference, or even just sitting in it. Just skimming the top. Lovely. Okay, we're getting actually pretty close. We're 15 miles out. We should have something in sight pretty soon. So let's start descending here a little bit. Just a tiny, tiny descent. Tiny, tiny bit. And let's see. Runway 28 is going to be without knowing the winds, we probably should fly over, ideally. Let's see. Magnetic, so 3200 is our pattern height. Let's set that. Go a little bit, a touch above. Okay, so we're close to making that first call. If the winds are the same as they were when we departed, we will be probably landing on runway 10. Oh no, 28. We're gonna land on runway 28. So we're gonna enter the left traffic pattern. Let's enter the left base. So we're here, and let's. Oh no, we're gonna go to.
San Luis Co RGNL in.
Nope. 22. Nukiyama traffic. This is Beechcraft November 4527 Tango, 10 miles out to the west, entering left base. Nukiyama traffic. Okay. Righty. We're going to. Get off autopilot here. 3,200 feet is our target, and this thing is so freaking tiny. It's so hard to see that. It's really frustrating. Okay. Let's get this thing in sight. It's probably right up in that haze. Don't see it yet. Oh, there it is. Okay. In sight. Runway in sight. And no traffic. The radios have been silent. I really wish this thing you could actually read. The Cessna 172 that I flew actually had an Aspen 1000 in it. And the numbers on there are tiny, like super, super tiny. And it is really hard to read, especially the vertical speed indicator. That's like almost impossible, and it did not have a regular dial, so it was trying to gauge what your vertical speed was kind of a pain in the butt. So we're pretty close to pattern here. Still don't see anybody. So that's neither good nor bad, but it is pretty quiet. So we're pretty close here. I could probably make that left downwind call right now. Oh, hello. Nukiyama traffic, Beechcraft November 4527 Tango, entering left downwind for runway 28, full stop, Nukiyama traffic. And almost to pattern height. Yep. Let's get the first notch of flaps in there. And we are about mid-field, so geez, let's get undercarriage. Whoa. Why is it being kind of goofy right now? Still a little bit high. Oh, you know why? It's because trim. Jeez. All right. Sorry, that was a little bit messy and ugly looking, but Yokoyama traffic, Beechcraft 4527 Tango turning on left base for runway 28, Yokoyama traffic. And again, the downside of being in a simulator is visibility. I would be looking down. This is kind of a pain in the butt to have to turn around. Yokoyama traffic, Beechcraft 4527 Tango turning on base runway 28, Yokoyama traffic. Okay, that was kind of on the sloppy side, but and I'm like hella high. See, that's yeah. The spatial awareness is really low. We're gonna have to put this thing into a slip. It's really tough to get your bearings sometimes if you don't have full articulation of your view. By the way, I am full right rudder and left wing down. My dad told me about this. He's like, yeah, I've come in really high a few times and just kick the rudder over and shit, this is bad. All things considered, that was actually
Oceano traffic, Golf Alfonso November Grumman.
oh, here we go.
Passing through 2,000 feet, direction Oceano.
Jeez, this was
San
really
Luis.
messy. Let's get off of here. Yokoyama traffic, Beechcraft 4527 Tango, clear of runway 28, Oceana traffic. Go around. I know your mom. I really should have gone around. That was messy as crap. So this airport's a little bit lacking in the scenery department. That's funny. Let's just hang out by these barrels right here. Okay, so PilotEdge. Oh, I hate that parking brake. PilotEdge says to hang out here for a couple of minutes before you disconnect from the server. That's so it just registers that you did land. So we'll do that in a second here. Let's take a look at that. So from there, that actually does not look that bad. I'm relatively pleased with how that looks. We were, just kind of turned a little bit south here to make that more parallel, and didn't have much of a base leg. I could have gone a little bit wider out, made this a little bit longer, and made that final a little bit longer, but I turned on to runway heading, which I'm actually kind of surprised that I did, at least according to this. Um, I'll have to go back and check that. Your mom, this runway, the pattern altitude is 3,200, and I'll have to check what I was at. I felt like I was at 3,200, but I could be wrong, and I could have just started that final way too early, and just been higher than necessary sooner. So let's get that thing turned off. It's a sweet looking plane though, isn't it? Little buddies in there. I love this dude's mustache, by the way. Like, that thing is sweet. Are they wearing Sennheisers? Kind of looks like it. I don't know. David Clark. That's kind of cool. Alright, so this super desolate, depressing looking runway scenery. Let's check it out. So let's go back here, and we're going to go to, we did that. Okay, so, and I'm doing this for the first time just to kind of walk through this with you guys. We're going to go for call sign search, and it's November 4527 Tango, which rolls off the tongue way easier than 444 Foxtrot Golf. That's the worst. And here is Bill F, and looks like it registered. Look at all the guys that use that same call sign. That's funny. I use that one obviously because that's the one on the model, and it just sounds nice, so I've used it. So then go to call sign used and go November 4527 Tango and submit. Congratulations, you have been granted CAT-01 rating. Proceed to CAT-2. So that was really freaking easy. That's awesome. That is really awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a bunch of CAT ratings, and I'm gonna go through them. Quick personal update: my flight yesterday was canceled due to weather. Orange County, I didn't know that was possible, but it is. Visibility was really bad. It was in the morning, it was at 3/4 of a mile, and in the afternoon, a few hours before flight time, visibility was at 3 miles, which was just like it would have been fine to go up, but it would not have been that fun. And the wife was going with me, so I wanted it at least to be, somewhat pretty looking. So did not get to fly yesterday, so I'm going to kind of take a break from doing the John Wayne flights on PilotEdge and do these CAT ratings, because I think that it's set up really nicely, and they do such a good job of showing you everything that you need to do. Let me just go back in here. If you go back to the CAT ratings, see if it's going to show up here on the screen. Yep. So if you go back here, you can see the 11 different CAT ratings, and these just look fun. 2 non-towered, that was easy, that was fun. Non-towered 2 class Delta, and if you click into that, you can see, I think this is a little bit longer of a flight. But again, they give you all the information you need. Make sure you check the class 2 airspace, and here's what you say. For example, radio communication, they give you a video, which is kind of nice. I mean, look at all this information you have at your disposal to practice this kind of stuff. It's so awesome. My God, everybody needs this. This is anyone that wants to learn how to fly in real life, I think needs to do this first. Um, Not really first. I mean, like, do a demo discovery ride and then do this, I think. And I'm going to be starting to work on a project chronicling going from simulation flying to real life flying. I do have some real life plane experience in the past, but you know, with my dad when I was younger, so it's not really experience that I can rely too heavily on. So I'm probably slightly above where someone that's never been in a plane would be, but I still want to see, you know, see what I can do to help chronicle, you know, going from simulation flying to the real thing. So if you guys have any input on what you might like to see or how you would like that demonstrated, let me know. I did not like the thought of doing this, but I set it up. If anyone is interested, if you go to my Twitch page, there is a donations button there. You know, it definitely will help because there's a bunch of equipment that I could potentially need to get, GoPros, microphones, all that kind of stuff to capture the footage in the plane. So if that's something that you are interested in seeing and following, you know, you can click that link if you would like to. But yeah, this is going to be fun. I'm really excited for this adventure, I guess. Just not only the simulation stuff, but the real life stuff. So let's see. If I travel to the menu button, C and O, mouse wheel down, do they disappear? I haven't been able to get these things to disappear. Do the guys? I think they. I don't think they do disappear. They disappear when you put in the static elements. So there's really no there's no, like, you can't have the guys in or not in there with the static elements off. But yeah, it's kind of funny. Really good model plane. Like the reflections are really nice. The gear. If I go to the free camera here. The gear looks fantastic. Textures on the undercarriage. Got a little bit of weird graphical stuff going on there, but really nice, nicely modeled plane. Okay, well, we're CAT-01 certified, which is very exciting. Thank you guys for watching and following along. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, go to the link in the description. That'll take you to my Twitch page. I do these flights live and then upload them to YouTube later. So if you would like to, you know, maybe catch a flight in the future live and chat, hang out, you know, we've got some guys with real pilot experience that will come in every once in a while. Your mom is calling me. He's been hanging out a lot, so definite shout out to you, your mom. Your help has been tremendous. So yeah, join me live. You know, thumbs this up if you like the video. Subscribe, smash the like button, all that typical crap. Again, thanks for flying, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.